All right, everyone, we're going to begin in about 1 minute, so get ready. Okay, welcome everyone. It is time to start Crack the Hack. You ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
Cool. So for those of you who don't know us, we are Cybersecurity. We have 3 goals for you. We're protecting you from cyber threats, we're providing you IT secure support, and we're here to help you comply with the latest cybersecurity regulatory requirements. So we're here today to play the game Crack the Hack, which is a week-long event. And I have Michael Jafrida here, who is basically going to be your host for the week. He is the president of Cybersecurity. And here you go, Mike.
Thanks, Amber. And thank you, everyone, for choosing to spend your time with us this week. We celebrate Cybersecurity Awareness Month in October every year. It's a big thing for us because of the fact that keeping your folks aware of what's going on in the world of cybersecurity and helping cybersecurity and protection become a part of the culture of your organizations is really the best line of defense, or first line of defense, for all of you in keeping your organization secure. Crack the Hack is our culmination of we like to say it's the game Clue meets an escape room, and it's an opportunity to have an interactive experience with your folks around learning cybersecurity awareness, learning about what hackers are doing to try to get into your organizations, and something a little bit different than maybe just taking a standard online seminar, etc. This year, we were forced to figure out how to take it virtual. So nice job, Amber, in getting us to step 1 on this. Some of you may have been part of Crack the Hack last year. It was an in-person event, very successful. Lots of people provided feedback that it was helpful for their organizations to help them turn cybersecurity awareness into a piece of their organizational culture, as opposed to just something they had to do to check the box. This is our virtual culmination of that now in the world of COVID. And so we hope that you take as much out of the time that you're investing this week as folks did last year. So as I said, Crack the Hack is virtual cybersecurity awareness training. This event can help you understand what's happening in the world and ways you can try to prevent that from causing damage to your organizations. It's a combination of webinar trainings and an investigation of a compromise. So throughout the course of the week, you will gain clues on different parts of this hack that are going on throughout the learning process, and we'll have to determine what the answer is to the problem that's happening and stop the hacker from compromising your organization. You are all hackers within this game, so that you can try to help us. Your white hat hackers trying to help us stop the black hat hacker, the bad guy. At the end of the game, the hacker with the most points will win our grand prize. It's a $300 gift card. There are also prizes throughout the week with different challenges and questions and games that are going on throughout the course of the week. So what are you going to get out of this event? You are the first line of defense against targeted attacks at your organization. By going through cybersecurity awareness training, both this and other types, it's just not a one-time thing. It's something that should become part of the culture of your organization. Will help keep security top of mind for your organization. So when things do happen, you can either prevent them from starting or keep them from getting worse. No shock that cyber criminals ramped up their efforts this year when everybody went home and became remote workers and remote learners. Phishing attacks rose over 667% in March alone, when all of the COVID outbreak sent everybody home. So the number and style and amount of attacks that are happening out there are very pervasive. Regular awareness training and testing will help you build muscle memory in your organization so that when things happen, your natural reaction is to resist what is happening as opposed to rush through, accept what's happening, and potentially cause real damage to your organizations. The key to all of this is building resilience, and we like to say making it part of the culture of your organization. So what do you need to know to succeed during Crack the Hack? Well, this week is themed around something called the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. NIST is the National Institute of Standards and Technology. They're a government organization who put together a framework called the Cybersecurity Framework, which is designed not as a compliance, but a set of best practices and guidelines your organization can follow to try to help secure the data that you have in your network, the people that you have, all of the assets that exist. It is not something you can comply with, but what organizations do is by becoming familiar with this framework, they can go through an analysis of how the controls they have in place today meet up with the best practices and suggestions from NIST, and then figure out what's best for your organization based upon your size and style and breadth, and the types of things you do and the types of data that you have. Each training session this week will represent a function in this cybersecurity framework. And then on the left, you can see the circle with the 5 core tenets in the framework: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. By working through the framework in that fashion, you will understand how to look at your organization to see what has to be protected, how to protect it, and how to deal with it when something does happen.
Mike, can I interject just for 1 second? If any of you on the call right now have any questions while we're going, please feel free to use the Q&A functionality, and we will actually have a live Q&A session at the end. So if a question pops up in your head while Mike is talking, feel free to just ask it, and then we'll address it at the end.
Thanks, Amber.
Go ahead. Welcome.
So what does this week look like? I know everybody has lots of options for how to choose to spend their time, and we hope this one will be fruitful for everyone. As opposed to trying to take a full day of your time, we've chosen to make this a week-long event where you can participate in bite-sized chunks. Each day there are sessions that you can attend, go through, get the learning that's there, and then there are challenges afterwards. So today we simply have this introduction to Crack the Hack. It's our kickoff event. It allows you to ask questions, get your sea legs, for lack of a better description, on how this is going to work, earn a few points along the way, and be ready to really attack the learning portion of our show, which will begin tomorrow. So tomorrow's session focuses on the identify tenet of the framework. It was the blue one in that circle. And we'll talk about what you need to know about the cybersecurity framework and talk about how to identify the things in your organization that are critical that need to be protected, and what you should do to inventory those properly so that you've got the right basis for how to develop your security program. After going through tomorrow's session, there will be a challenge, as there will be for 3 days in a row, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. To solve the challenge, you go to www.cthevent.com. It's up there on your screen. It is not the website that you registered from. It is a different event website. And every day when the challenge is open, there will be a tab opened up by Amber so that you can go in and watch some additional training, then answer a series of questions, which will lead to clues that when the culmination of those clues will allow you to solve a portion of the hack challenge. By properly solving the challenge or cracking the hack, you will gain points towards the grand prize for the week-long challenge.
So I'm going to interject one more time.
That's
so fine. If you go to cthevent.com right now, you will see right on the homepage, there's the leaderboard, which is all of you hackers that are involved on today's session. You're all the ones that are competing against each other. So it will have your hacker name and your rank and the points that you currently have. So that will get updated across the week. So if you finish the challenge, give me a few minutes or hours so that I can update it, and then you'll see how you rank against all the other challengers in Crack the Hack. As Mike said, at the end of each training session, so starting tomorrow at 11 a.m., challenge 1 will be live. So you just look for the tab that says challenge 1, and you click that, and that will bring you to the challenge. It's questions that you answer. You have 3 goals in mind. It's what is the compromise that you're dealing with? How did the compromise get started, and who did it? So those are your 3 goals for the week, and you'll have clues throughout the week as well that will help you solve these. It will make sense the more that you play around and the more that you contribute your time to it. So I just wanted to clarify that part. Cool. Sorry.
Thank you, Amber. And for each one of these sessions, you should have received calendar invites.
Yes.
From no reply at zoom.us. If anyone does not have calendar invites for the sessions that you signed up for, please reach out to Amber or put something in the chat so that she can make sure she gets you the proper invites so that you can join the sessions throughout the week. Also a note on hacker names. This is not necessarily first name dot last name. You can make up a fun hacker name, use the same one throughout the week, and as that is how Amber will marry up these sessions. Can you go back one slide, please, Amber? I did not talk about Wednesday yet.
Oh, sure.
So on Wednesday, we're going to talk about 2 tenets of the cybersecurity framework: protect and detect. And I'm actually really excited about Wednesday's session as well. I'm sorry, Tuesday's session will be, the presentation about the cybersecurity framework will be presented by our virtual Chief Security Officer, Bob Thomas, who will be going through information about how to assess what you have and the information that you need to know about how to see how what you have in place today marries up with the cybersecurity framework. Bob's a wealth of knowledge. Bring your questions. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about protect and detect, which are the next 2 tenets of the framework. And we're actually going to have a very exciting session. One of our partners is going to do a live email hijacking takeover demonstration. So they're actually going to show how an Office 365 mailbox can be compromised, and then through the compromise, how a tool that we use can detect that compromise so that you can then lock down and prevent any damage or additional damage from happening when those compromises do happen, and they happen every day. So that's going to be a really interactive session, fun to watch, very educational, and will really open your eyes to how hackers are doing the things that they're doing today to try to take over your email boxes. And again, they're trying as we speak, much to my dismay. So that session is is the time on here?
The times are not listed on this particular slide, but all sessions are at 11 a.m.
Except tomorrow.
Besides tomorrow's. Tomorrow's is at 10 a.m.
So tomorrow's session, 10 a.m. Again, you should have calendar invite. Wednesday's session is 11 a.m., as is the following 2 sessions on Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we're going to be covering respond and recover, the last 2 tenets of the cybersecurity framework. So what happens and what do you do in the event of a breach of your organization? And we are going to have a live panel with a true story of an organization that was breached and what they went through, as well as perspectives from other experts in the industry around what they could have done differently to prevent this, because we all know hindsight is 2020. What maybe they could have done differently when they recognized there was a breach, what follow-up things they could have, should have, and did do after the breach. And so there's going to be this interactive session between someone who is essentially a white hat hacker, somebody who's a techie type person who will talk about the types of things they would have and what probably happened here. The person who was breached, as well as a very high level chief information security officer who will talk about things that they would have and could have done in these types of scenarios. So it's going to give you real life information about an organization in our environment that has gone through one of these challenges, that had to deal with it, what that looked like, and different things you can do to avoid being part of those statistics, and a panel example for a future event. Because we don't want any more of those. Anytime we can avoid somebody going through the types of challenges that these folks went through, that's really the goal of our organization and the things we do with our clients every day. Again, after that session, like the others, there will be a challenge at cthevent.com. Open for the balance of the day through 1 a.m. I really hope that Amber's not up till 1 a.m. tallying all the results, but once she closes that down, she'll tally up results and again post the leaderboards. Friday is going to be our event wrap up. There's no new learning on Friday's event session. However, we will announce the winner of Crack the Hack, the person with the most points that they've accumulated over the course of the week, and presenting the final prize with that, as well as taking questions from folks around things that they may have thought of during the course of the week and thought about after a Q&A session happened, or maybe you weren't comfortable at the time and you went back and thought about it and said, hey, I want to ask this. We will, throughout the course of the week, any day, be taking any questions you have. If they're not necessarily appropriate to be answered by the person who's on that time, I will be directing those questions to the right kinds of people to try to get you answers throughout the week and afterwards. Friday also, I believe, Amber, we have a few special offers for folks who make it through the week of things that we're offering up to organizations to try to help them prevent this type of stuff from happening to them as well. Is that accurate?
Yep. And then Friday, we're also going to walk through the hack itself. So we're going to walk through the answers to all 3 days of challenges, because you won't really have those up until this last day. So if you're curious as to whether maybe you got it right and you want to see what other people did, or maybe you got it wrong and you want to see why you got it wrong, join us on Friday and we'll walk through the whole hack.
Absolutely. So, how do you earn points? There are several ways to earn points throughout the course of the week. Attending the webinar sessions such as this is one of them. Correct answers to the challenge questions, which you will get as at cthevent.com, the questions that you get after watching the learning. Answering the final challenge goal, which Amber mentioned, there are 3 goals. What happened, how did it happen, and who did it?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
You got it.
As well as during the webinars, there will be bonus questions that come up, and folks that hang into the end of each webinar will have the opportunity to answer bonus questions and earn bonus points as well. Other ways you can get points: if you refer a friend to this, you will get a bonus points of 100. Amber, I thought that was 75, and actually there is a question in here about one challenger already having 75 points, which I was going to answer. That was because they referred somebody in here.
No.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No. So refer a friend is this is actually the last day that's open to refer a friend. So refer a friend is if you have someone in another organization that you think would really enjoy this event, please invite them. And then in the field, in the form that you sign up on, where it says, how did you hear about this event? Make sure that they put your name in there, and both your attendee and yourself will get 100 points. The question that was asked is, why does one challenger already have 75 points? If you are on our email chain, of our email list, our marketing list, there were I want to call them pre-challenges throughout the last 2-3 weeks. And so that person won one of those challenges. So they already received those 75 points. So they're off to a good start already.
Gotcha. And along the lines of refer a friend, people can join this throughout the week. You can see that we've not made it exclusive, that if you miss a single day, there's no way that you can possibly win this. Aside from the winning, obviously, there's education on every one of these days. Some people may miss a day. Some people may have missed today, but if you refer people in and they start tomorrow, they're still able to gain those points, and you can get the referral points there as well. So it's a week-long event. Bring friends, bring them in. Let's get as many people learning as possible. The special offers that I mentioned earlier is the last way you can get points as well. And that is, we'll talk about those on Friday when you can sign up for the different special offers that we're offering.
So we're going to offer them each day, but on Friday, we'll go through all of them at one point.
Okay.
So the only day I don't think that has special offers is today.
Tomorrow will.
Tomorrow.
I'm sorry about that. You know, there's reasons people like Amber are in the organization, because she really knows a lot more than I do.
Here to keep everything under wraps, you know?
Yeah. So that's the point system. What do you need to do now? You need to make sure, number one, all the training sessions are on your calendar, so you have the links to join. So there's a session every day. We've talked about that. They are at 11 o'clock every day, except tomorrow's at 10 o'clock. If you do not have a calendar on your, an event on your calendar for each of those, please reach out to Amber in the chat or from your registration emails, and she will get you, send you the right invites to be there if they got caught in your spam filter or whatever may have happened. Or maybe you only signed up for one session. Now you want to sign up for all of them. You want all the links. Just reach out to Amber and she'll get you all of those links without any question.
I got you.
You want to go to cthevent.com to access the challenges and the leaderboard. Sounds like some people have already gotten out there. Challenges won't be open until after tomorrow's session, but that's where you want to bookmark that so you remember to get back to that page, although we'll be talking about it all week, so I don't think it's going to be easy to miss that one.
Right.
And lastly, as we just talked about, you have chances to refer a friend, receive 100 points. That goes throughout the entire week. So refer friends in, you'll get the 100 points for doing that. They still have an opportunity to gain points along the way. And folks will have an opportunity to win the grand prize, but the education lasts throughout the entire week. And any education is better than no education, even if they miss the whole thing. Amber, I see a question about recordings. How are you handling recordings of sessions?
Yeah, I have a couple questions that I would like to address. So if you're not able to attend any of the sessions, we are recording them and they will be live on they'll be available on our YouTube page after the session is over. Our YouTube page is, if you go to cthevent.com on the leaderboard and you scroll, I believe, all the way to the bottom, it should be there. If not, I will have the sessions posted on cthevent.com each day for you. So for example, tomorrow, if you can't attend tomorrow's session, but you still want to do the challenges, I will put the session there so you can watch the recording and then you can do the challenges as well. So even if you can't make it live, we will have those training sessions recorded for you as well. Because we understand that you guys all have other things to do.
And just to clarify from a point standpoint, attending live gets you the points for attending, but the content is still available to you afterwards. You just wouldn't receive the points. And there's certainly ways to make up the 50 points for attending along the way. But obviously, the more people we get involved, the more interactive it is, the better every session is going to be. So we do encourage folks to attend as much as possible.
So if you only received like one calendar invite or two calendar invites, it's based on whatever sessions that you signed up for. So if you didn't sign up for, like, let's say session 4 and 5, but now you want to sign up, just let me know in the chat and I'll send you those invites when we're off this call today. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So I think we're up to today's bonus question. Is that accurate?
Hold on. My mouse is being really funky today. There we go. Here we are. Yes, the first bonus question of Crack the Hook.
Bonus question. So there is a correct answer from each one of you for this. What was the date of your last cybersecurity awareness training? Everybody has a chance to knock 30 points right into their bucket here by just submitting in the chat box. You can just submit to panelists if you don't want to submit to everybody. The date of your last cybersecurity awareness training, and Amber will tally those into your points categories.
Hold on one second.
Give everybody a few minutes to do that before we move forward.
Could play my my waiting music again.
The spooky music, I liked it. Oh,
Is it still? Yeah, it is, right? Okay. Oh,
just
is it
give
not?
everybody a minute.
Is my presentation still sharing?
It is,
must
yeah.
have just happened. Okay. So while you guys are answering that question, just want to remind you, tomorrow is the only session that is at 10 a.m. The rest of the week will be just like today at 11 a.m. But tomorrow is the only one at 10 a.m. And this is Eastern Standard Time for those that are our friends across the United States.
Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow's session will be, oh, I'm coming back through the speakers or something. Tomorrow's session will be hosted by, I'll be starting things off, but Bob Thomas, super brilliant guy, will be talking about the cybersecurity framework, the things you need to know, talking about identify. And again, Bob is a wealth of knowledge. So if you have questions, tomorrow's a great day to bring them. Even if you don't think they're relevant to the content or what's there, please bring your questions. Our purpose for this week is to educate people. And just because we didn't talk about it doesn't mean it's not a good question. So whatever questions you have, bring them. Give us an opportunity to try to answer things for you, help you be more secure and be more aware of what's going on. We really want to help cybersecurity awareness become part of the cultures of every one of your organizations in any way that we can.
Yeah, and that a lot of you have either said you aren't sure of when you had your last training, or maybe it was today, which is a little bit funny, but not funny. And I'm glad that you guys are here today, and I really hope that you guys get some education out of this and some fun as well. Just a reminder that you can have up to 2 people from your organization registered for this event. So if you have a coworker that you think would enjoy this as well, be sure to invite them. Other than that, does anyone else have any other questions about what to expect, what the challenges are, who's going to be presenting, anything that pops in your mind? Let us know.
Yeah. And as far as your last training, the challenge, the bonus question for today, if the answer is never, that's an answer. That's okay. Get you 30 points. If the answer is, I know we did one, but I can't remember when, that's an answer. Go ahead and put it in. All of that's okay. That's actually the whole point, is that everybody's running an organization. They've got things going on. This is when it's not top of mind. That's what we see. We see it every day. Nobody's judging anyone for any of that. The whole point is we're trying to help you find ways to make it more a part of your everyday conversations so that folks will maybe not click on that one thing that could cause you guys problems. Again, that's our goal.
I'm right now, I'm just popping in the chat my email address for anyone that has any other questions that maybe they pop into your head after we're done with this, or if you want to be, I don't know, if you want to ask a question about, like, is this person okay to register? Anything that you have, that's my email address in there. And I'm Amber. I am the marketing manager of Kyber. I don't think I introduced myself. I introduced Mike. But I'm really excited for this event. As Mike mentioned in the beginning, it was an in-person event, so we had to do some brainstorming to get this virtual, and I think you're really going to enjoy the way that we are doing it, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I did.
So I don't see any other questions. We did schedule today as an hour-long time slot, and so I'm going to make a suggestion, since we're giving you back the half hour that we didn't take to answer more questions for you today. Think about somebody that might enjoy this and try to invite them and get them registered into the event for the week. we know there's plenty of ways for people to use their time, and we hope and believe this one's going to be a valuable use of it for you.
Definitely.
So if that's all we have today, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for an exciting week. Looks like we got a big group here. So I think we're going to have a good interactive week to see some pretty cool presentations, do a lot of learning, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. So thank you, Amber, for getting this going today. And thank you everyone for spending your time with us. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike. Good night.